everyone. A very good morning to you all. Welcome to the first lecture of Financial Management paper of ECCA. I hope all of you are doing well. So we're going to begin with a quick round of revision about each one of us. We'll start off with me, and then I will want to know each one of you so that it helps me understand my batch dimensions, right? So I am Anushka. I am a chartered accountant and an ACCA. So my journey started off in 2017 when I cleared my CA, clearing all of the levels in the first attempt. And then I went on with my corporate job. My first job was with Coca-Cola in Bangalore. And then, during this time, I realized that I need to expand my exposure. And I decided to take up ACCA. All right. So I have always been, like that studious kid. So it was very, fascinating for me to take up another course since CA was done. So I thought, why not try my hands on an international course? And then that's when ACCA came into my mind. I took it up. I gave my first exam in June of 2019. So since I was a chartered accountant, I was, having exemption of 9 papers out of the 13 papers which are required to be completed in the curriculum. So only the 4 papers at the strategic professional level were to be given. So out of these 4, 2 are mandatory and 2 are out of 4 they have to be selected. So I selected advanced financial management as my first paper. So I've always had I always had a good experience in finance, be it study wise or work wise. So I've always been in the finance domain. So the finance was my first choice. I took it up in June 2019. And by the grace of God, I got world rank 1, world rank 2, and all India rank 1. Okay, so it was a feat in itself, considering it was the first paper and my favorite of all, finance. So it was really a good achievement that I got. Then next, I went on to give SBR and SBL, the 2 mandatory papers at the strategic professional levels in September 2019. And lastly, I cleared all of them, all the papers at the first go only. And then lastly, I had to give strategic business, this advanced performance management, APM, in December 19, post which I qualified to become an ACCA. And during this time, I was I was approached for coaching the students. And then that's when I started off my journey in 2020. I started coaching AFM, and then gradually I took up multiple subjects. And I'm now teaching AFM, FM, APM, and PM papers. Okay, so 2 papers at the final level and 2 papers at the skills level. So that's about my journey with corporate journey and my educational journey. And I'll complete on my corporate one. So post I was working with Coca-Cola, I took up a job for Pernod Ricard India. Pernod Ricard India is the second largest liquor, or you can say alcoholic beverage manufacturer in the world. It's a French company. I started working with that, and then I moved on to join Flipkart. Having worked there for 2.5 years, I was again called back by Pernod Ricard India to join them. So now again, I am currently working with Pernod Ricard India as the head of finance for Northeast sales. Okay, so I'm based out of Guwahati right now, which also happens to be my hometown. Okay, so that's about it. And currently also I'm heading finance, and as I say, finance is my favorite. I recently wrapped up a batch of financial management. So we were having this batch in the last this June 2024 attempt also. And considering the, good response that we got, and a lot of students wanting live classes, we have again set it up for the September and December attempts. All right, so that was about me. Now I would want all of you to share your journey with me. I would want you to share your names. I can see. I want you to share your professional experience if you're working. If you have already studied any other course, that you can share where you are from, and with respect to ACCA journey, how many papers you have completed, you can share that with me. Okay. So I would love to know you all. Please, share your introduction in the chat box. You will get to type in the chat box. Please message your introduction over there. I want all of you to share your introduction so that I understand you better. So Saloni, you've done the FM classes, then reason you're repeating them? Any reason? Everyone, please share in your introduction. I think you were in PM now, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Now I am able to relate. I was like, how did I miss out? Okay. Glad to have you in FM as well. I have you cleared your PM paper, and Saloni, any other paper that you have taken and appeared for? Hardik. And everyone, please reply to everyone in the chat. Okay, no need to send personal message. I want all of you to have interaction within each other also. So you can share your messages, whatever you send, to everyone. Whatever your queries, concerns, anything. It's good to have a discursive class, right? Hardik is from Allahabad. I recently completed MBA in finance, and I'm a PPO holder currently having an offer. From Deloitte, nice, which I'm supposed to join in November. So in the meanwhile, I chose to give ACCA exams. I have 6 exemptions. That's great. So you have 7 papers to appear. Is this the first paper that you're opting for, Hardik? Now comes Bhavika. Bhavika is, she started ACCA gave inter, but due to certain issues was not able to give good exams. Eventually lost interest in the course as I felt a bit depressing. Now got into ACCA, gave FR this month and giving FM next. Superb. All right. Saloni has just appeared for this exam. Results are pending. Yes, of course. Ananya says, my name is Ananya. I've just taken FR exam and this will be my second subject for skill level. Currently, I'm doing internship at Advanced FinServ in Financial Reporting and Accounts Payable Department. Very good. Good. Rahul says, I've done C Inter and I currently have given FR paper from Delhi. All right. Hardik says it's his first paper. Disha says, I got 5 paper exemption from BCom. Okay. And FM is the first paper. Super. Abhishek, everyone please respond now. I don't want to specifically ask Abhishek, then Prem, Rahul, Yash, Mosin, we have taken classes together, right? And Tanishka. Everyone, please share your introduction. And it's a sincere request to you all. Please keep the classes interactive. I don't want them to be just one way that I am talking to you. It should be both ways. Like you should also share your, queries, concerns. And now, since I'm asking about introduction, please everyone, do share it with me. Okay. Yash also says FM is his first paper. Perfect. So Prem has also given FR and FM is the second paper. Nice, 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 nice. So I see that the batch is a mixed one. Some of them are having FM as the first paper, and some of you have prior experience with ACCA. One of the students, Bhavika, mentioned that dropped out of CA because ultimately lost interest and got depressing. Especially for you and anyone else who has been, in that sort of a journey. I'm assuring you, since I've been teaching for the last 4, 5 years, I have been interacting with so many students, and I get to know that, they have had a similar journey. They started off with CA, then they couldn't clear, then they, dropped out of studies completely. Then, ACCA is what we chose. And there have been lots of, and I'm telling you, lots of success stories. People who could not clear CA, but with proper guidance, they have been able to complete ACCA and have landed good jobs as well. Okay. So make sure you keep your motivation levels high. Remember that you are in safe hands. I'll be always there to support you, guide you in your journey, not just with respect to FM, but in general also, because I want your overall development and I want you to get ready for the corporates. It's not just about, see, whenever I'll be teaching now, I'll be teaching with the context that yes, you are going to enter into corporates anytime now. I don't teach with just teaching and getting you ready for exams. It's exams plus the real practical world. Ultimately, that's where you have to excel in life, no? So, just for your motivation, I would want to tell you whatever has happened in the past, let it be in the past and start with a fresh perspective that you are in this journey and I am going to clear it. Have that attitude, put in the extra efforts, put in the, hard work, and you're going to make it. Okay. So, Abhishek has appeared for PM in June. Very good. And FM is my second paper. Mohsen also, Abhishek, I could recognize you from your name. Others also, like, I see, remember Mohsen was there in one of the earlier classes. Tanishka, what about you? I think Rahul, did you share your introduction? No, Rahul also shared. Yes. FM is your second paper. You have attempted PM, right? You were there in the PM classes. All right. Perfect. So let's now begin our journey of FM, financial management. Now, financial management, as the name suggests, it's all about, managing the financial operations of a company. Okay. And to be able to do so, you need to learn a lot of techniques, a lot of different concepts. Okay. So FM, and then it progresses into AFM at the final level. All right. So I hope my slide is visible to you all. So at the skills level, you are here, FM, it progresses into AFM, and it draws some references, not directly, but it has some references from the knowledge level. Now, some of you might have studied or come from the knowledge level route, or some of you might be just directly landing at the skill level considering exemptions. Now, don't worry. Everything that we are going to cover in the class, it's going to be as if you don't know anything from before. And I'm gonna, make sure everyone comes at the same pace. Okay, at the same level with respect to the understanding. So MA at the knowledge level, then FM draws some references. That is why it is a dotted line. It draws some references at the FM level, which again translates and progresses into AFM level. And let me tell you, if you have been very thorough with the FM level, FM paper at the skill level, AFM, it's just going to build on those concepts. AFM becomes so easy for the students who have, been thorough with the FM paper. So when you are studying FM now, keep this in mind. You're not just studying for the current paper, but also one of your future papers. So make sure you have that mindset. And then ultimately some cross references are there with SBL paper also. SBL is one paper which is cross reference to all the papers. Okay. So that is the structure or hierarchy of the FM paper. Now I'll tell you a few things about the class before we get into the exam structure. Our classes would be from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9:30. Okay, I'll give you a 10 to 12-minute break in between so that you can refresh yourself around 8:30, 8:30-ish. We'll take a small break. I want all of you to be attentive in the class. Okay, and be regular, please. Ultimately, what happens now when you're not regular, you join in on Monday, then you join in on Thursday, then you join next Tuesday, and then you do not build on the concepts very well. So take benefit of their live classes, and I'll come to what the benefit of live classes are. Ensure that you are regular also. Okay, if due to some emergency situation you're not able to attend, it's completely fine, but don't let sleep or some unnecessary matters come in between attending the class. Be regular, be devoted. It's your time as a student to shine. Okay, and that starts right from the preparation strategy. So when you're preparing for the paper and you have enrolled yourself for the classes, take benefit of the live ones. All right. And coming to the benefit of the live classes is number one, you get, of course, live interaction with me. You can share in your messages in the chat. And I'll tell everyone and students who have already attended my previous classes, you will know that I attend every single query in the class. If you bring something to my notice that, ma'am, I'm not able to solve this, I'm not able to understand this concept, you will get your resolution. So make sure you're open with your doubts. Don't feel shy, ma'am. This is like a very silly doubt. No doubt is silly in my mind. And I also want you all to imbibe that in yourself. If something is, hassling you, something that is troubling you, bring it to my notice that, ma'am, I'm not able to clear this concept. I want your help in it. I'll discuss it. Okay, but there is no problem. But that has to come from your side that this is not clear. Okay. So the classes, they need to be interactive. And whenever I am asking you something that please tell me the answer of this question, solve this question, you also have to reciprocate. You also have to solve it in the class. Why so? Because see, when you're solving in the class, you will get, instant feedback on your answers. Okay. That when I'm giving you class questions, you can solve it. And then when you're making mistakes, I'm there to help you what concept went wrong in your mind. Okay. And ultimately, that's what helps you, you make mistakes, you learn from it. So it's fine. And I keep telling my students, it is okay to make mistakes. When I'm giving you questions for practice, and the concept is very new in your mind, you have not done many questions on it. So you are bound to make mistakes. Don't get disheartened by it. But what is expected out of this practice is that you make mistakes, the mistakes register in your mind, and you don't repeat them. Okay. So go with that mindset that yes, I'm going to go in my live classes, I'm going to attend, I'm going to participate, I'm going to solve the questions and get feedback. All right. And those of you who are not able to attend live classes due to whatever commitments, I am there for you as well. No, nothing bifurcation for me. If you get any queries, just post it in the FM WhatsApp group. I am a part of that group. Post it in the group and I will take it up in the next class. So ultimately, when I'm, speaking and explaining something, it becomes very easy rather than typing and explaining. So those of you who would be watching the recorded lectures, please feel free to reach out to me. You can share your concerns in the WhatsApp group and I will address them in the class, the next class. Okay. So what I do now normally, when I'm taking my classes, first few 10, 15 minutes, how much it takes, I devote to taking the doubts. If you have any, nothing, then of course we can start with the class schedule. So whatever doubts that you have, the live class students or the recorded class students, you can share it with me in the group, and the live ones, you can directly send it in the chat only when you join in. You can send your doubts and I will cover them. All right. So be open in that respect and have confidence that you are doing the right thing. So I'll tell you, I've had so many success stories when it comes to my students at the AFM level. So recently in March, March 2024 attempt, we got All India rank 1 and World rank 4. And just before that attempt, we got World rank 1. That was a big achievement, because considering that I had got World rank 2, my student getting World rank 1 was another level happiness for me. So Rupam, she had been my student. So Rupam got World rank 1 and All India rank 1 in the AFM paper. So it's been a good journey with respect to all the papers. FM, I started in the previous batch only, and then the attempt which has just gone by, the June attempt. So FM is the second batch. AFM I've been teaching for like 4 to 5 years now. So I'm sure all of you're gonna have that same rigor, and I'm now in the next batch. I should be telling the students that I got World rank 1 and World rank 5, whatever. Just having those world ranks, it's such a good feat. So I want all of you to put in that hard work, that now I've got world ranks in the FM paper also. So make sure you do that. PM, APM, all I've been teaching for a lot of batches now, and I've got a lot of world ranks in those papers. FM, this is my second batch, and I want all of you to put in the hard work, so that now I get some students to boast about in the FM paper also. So first batch, they have just attempted, and I'm sure they have done very well. They were, I got feedback from the students after the exam that my exam went well. Now I'm very happy, and I'm all set for the next paper. So that gives me assurance that yes, the first batch students are also going to do well. And I want all of you also to have that same commitment to studies. Okay. So that's, I think, about the class structure. Monday to Friday, sometimes, we might, I'll tell you beforehand, of course, if there is any class that is not going to happen, I'll tell you beforehand, so that you can also plan. Mostly the classes will be regularly done from Monday to Friday, 7 to 9:30. All right. And anything, if you have concerns so far, you can please share with me, ask me anything that you are concerned. Okay, now coming to the exam structure, the applied skills exams, they are all computer-based exams. Now that's the very reason everything that we are going to do in our class, it's going to be on computer. I want you to completely shun your paper, pen, anything. You don't need it anymore. Just stick to computers, your laptops. Please log in from your laptops when you're attending the classes. No mobiles. I want all of you to dedicatedly use your laptops. When I'm giving you questions to practice, I want you to type. See, students struggle with typing. Now, why does that happen? All this while you might be studying on your, pen and paper, so you get used to it. And this is the first time, second time when you are for how many papers you have attended, depends on that. And then you're like, I'm now struggling with typing. Why should that happen? You have 3 months to prepare right now. If you're regular, you're constantly using laptop and this Word, Excel applications, which I'm going to tell going forward. So if you are using that for 3 months, that's good enough time to improve your typing speed, improve your comfort with the applications. I'll be showing you question papers, everything in the class today. So, so that you're able to visualize what I'm saying. So what I want all of you to do is log in from your laptops and solve with me on Word or Excel, depending on whether it's a theory question. So you can use Word file, or if you are, if I'm asking you to solve a practical question, you can do using your Excel. Okay, so please make sure you have Word and Excel on your laptop. That would be needed for, solving the questions in the class. Okay, so they are going to be computer-based exams, and I'm going to show you the paper, which you also can have a look at. Let me. So what you have to do, go to Google, type in ACCA practice platform. Okay, type in ACCA practice platform. Everyone do it along with me. Please open your browser. Please open your browser and type in ACCA practice platform. Let me know when you're done. Everyone with me? Have you gone to the browser and typed it ACCA practice platform? Please confirm. I want you to show, I want you to have a look at the question paper of FM. So that's why I want you to please do it along with me. Go to ACCA practice platform and click on the first link. Okay, fast exams and question practice. And then scroll down. You're going to see this link, log into the practice platform. Everyone do it along with me, please confirm. Log into the practice platform. Click on this. It will ask for your username and password. Please confirm, do you all have your username and password with you? Ananya has confirmed. Do you all have your user ID password, ACCA platform, the same that you would have used for your My ACCA login also? So log in using your credentials over here. Click on sign into My ACCA. And then scroll down and you will see Financial Management tab over here. Click on this Financial Management. And then you click on ACCA Official Resources. And then you click on Practice Exams. Okay. And then you will see this paper over here. FM pre-June 2024 mock exams. I've already assigned it to myself. You might be seeing an assign button over here. Click on assign. Click on assign. Let me know when you're done. Done so far? Please confirm, everyone. Go under the FM tab, practice exams, ACC official resources, then practice exams, and then you're going to see FM pre-June 2024 mock exam, and then you need to click on assign. Done? All right. Now, once you assign yourself a paper, you are going to see a tab getting opened up over here. Like you will see pre-June 2024 mock, and then when you click on it, you're going to see FM pre-June 2024 mock. You need to click on start. Do one thing, bookmark this link, okay? Or you can, of course, search it on Google and come land over here. Or you can bookmark the link which opens up when you click on the link on Google. When you it says login to ACCA practice platform because you're going to use it in future also. Okay, so bookmark this and save it on your browser. Now, when you click on, that start button, you're going to see something like this. So just click on next. Next. Everything I'm going to tell you, so nothing to read. Click next. Next. And then you're going to see this. Exam summary. This I've covered in my PPT also. Let me show you that I've covered it in a tabular format so you will understand it better. So we'll come back to the paper. Let it stay open in the background. I'll come back to it and then I'll show you the paper. So as I said, all exams are going to be computer based. So this is how your exam is going to look like. When you are seeing that screen, you're clicking next. That's something that's going to come on your exam also. See, there are two ways to give the exam. Either you opt for center-based exam or you opt for remote exam. What is the difference between the two? Center-based exam is, it's like your normal exam. You go to a place, to an exam center. You are given a computer. You just have to go and attempt the paper. All right, on the laptops or on the computers which will be provided to you in the center. On the other hand, remote exams are the ones which you can take from the comfort of your own homes. You don't have to travel anywhere. But you're going to use your own laptop. You're going to use your own internet connectivity, electricity, everything that's going to be yours. So, recommendation is to go for center-based exams because there is no chances of any sort of disruption to the exam. See, again, same happens for remote also, but then you have to be extra cautious. You have power backup, you have internet backup also. There are devices which come as internet backup, like an internet inverter. Have all of those in place and then only go for a remote-based exam. Otherwise, the preference would be to go for center-based exams where you can go. You will have a physical invigilator. In case of remote exam, there will be a remote invigilation. You'll have to keep your camera on. The invigilator can see the background and everyone. We should be able to check, um, you know, have a view of everything around you. So you might not be used to that remote invigilation. So that is why it is suggested whenever the dates come, you opt for center-based exams because they tend to get full first. Everyone tries to get a center-based exam. So whenever the dates come in, register and choose the center which is closest to your home and go for it. Okay. And if you still feel that I'm okay with remote-based exams, no harm in it. There's nothing wrong. Go for remote-based exams but ensure that you have all sorts of backup, be it power backup, be it internet backup also. If any one of you are planning to go for remote-based exam, make sure you have inverter that comes in. Internet inverter also, they have a backup of 3 to 5 hours. So you can use that. You can connect it to your Wi-Fi. And that's the way you should approach. All right. So that is about the exam, remote and center. Choose it according to your convenience. Preference from my side would be to go for center. Okay. So the FM exam, it is a 3-hour exam. And the pass mark is 50%, and all questions in the exam are compulsory. Now, let me be very clear. You have to, keep in mind that for me, the pass mark is 70%. It's not 50%. I have to ensure to get minimum percent of 70%. Okay. And all questions in the exam are compulsory, meaning what? It means that any topic can come. You have to be ready with all the chapters. With all the chapters, you cannot skip any chapter. So make sure, whenever you're studying in a holistic manner, you are ready to, and you are, interested to learn all the topics properly. And it should reflect in your preparation strategy because in exam also, you're not going to get any choice. You cannot leave any question. And remember, there is no negative marking. There is no negative marking. So you have to answer all the questions. Don't get afraid that if I type in anything wrong, there will be negative marking. No, there is not. If something is wrong, you'll get 0. You'll not get minus something. So the financial management syllabus is assessed by a 3-hour exam. The pass mark is 50%, and all questions in the exam are compulsory. You will be expected to demonstrate a broad knowledge of the syllabus topics and an ability to apply your knowledge and understanding of the subject to answer numerical and discussion-based questions. So there will be a mix. So people ask me, ma'am, FM is completely practical. No, it is not. It is a practical subject, but it has a focus on theory topics also. So have that mindset that you're going to study both completely. Students, what they do now, they become champions at practical. They'll practice a lot of questions, but when it comes to theory, they tend to ignore the questions during preparation, and then when the exam time comes, they'll be like, oh no, now I can't attempt theory questions. I don't have enough practice of how it is to be written. So from day one itself, that's the reason I'm picking it up now. Day one itself, make sure you are preparing theory concepts also completely with heart. There's no denying that theory questions will come. They will be there, and you have to attempt them all to pass your exam. See, remember, getting 50, let's say, even if you're talking about a pass mark of 50, getting 50 out of 100 attempted paper is definitely better or easier than to get 50 out of a 60 or a 70 very, very good attempted paper. See, in your eyes, you're like, I've attempted 60 and 70 marks like as the best. No one can deduct my marks. Let me tell you, my friends, you're treading on a very risky path. If you are having that ideology that I'll prepare for 70 marks, 60 marks, and I'm going to attempt that with whole and soul, no one can deduct my marks over there. That's the biggest mistake you're going to make. Make sure you are studying 100% of the concepts and you're attempting 100% of the questions, because it is always better and easier to secure 50 out of 100 and not 50 out of 70, even though that 70 is like super good answers. So have that mindset that I'm going to prepare 100% and I'm going to answer 100% of the questions. So the balance of the exam will be approximately 50-50 in terms of the number of marks available for discussion, that is theory, and the number of marks available for numerical questions. Now, ma'am, does that mean I'll have to memorize theory? No. The theory also, it is practical oriented. So you might be asked to solve a few questions and then interpret it. I'll come to the exam structure. Don't worry what the sort of questions you're going to have, that I'm going to come. But the practical also, which you're going to have in exam now, the theory also, sorry, you're going to get in the exam, it's going to have a practical inclination to it. It's not going to be like list down this, list down that. So they don't want you to do rote learning. They want you to have practical understanding of the theoretical situations also. That is the way to look at the paper. So always remember, it's a mix of theory and practical, but the theory is going to be related to the practical world. Nothing like they want you to memorize and then repeat in the exam. Now coming to the exam structure, what I told you that there's going to be a structure to the paper. It's going to be a mix of objective test and constructed response questions. Ma'am, does objective test mean MCQ? No. Objective tests, they could be of multiple varieties, including MCQ. Okay, so they might be giving you some MCQ questions. They might be asking you one-word answers, wherein you have to type in that word or that number in the answer box. Then it may be in the form of match the options. So objective test can be in any form. It's not just MCQ. Yes, it includes MCQ, but it does not just include MCQ. In fact, normally in MCQ, what happens? You have to select one option out of 4. Here, there could be 2 out of 6, 3 out of 8. And all the options that you have selected, they need to be correct for you to get the marks. So be very clear on that. You have to attempt all the questions, all the subparts of a question correctly to get the full marks. Now, let me explain you what I mean when I say full marks. See, section A. So there are going to be 3 sections in the exam. Section A, B, and C. Section A is the objective test question. Total 15 questions would be there, and each question would be carrying 2 marks. Now, when I'm saying now that all the subparts of the question have to be correct, so if one of the question, which is of 2 marks, is asking you to select 3 options out of 8, then all 3 have to be correct for you to get 2 marks. If you're selecting 2, it's not like you're going to get proportionate marks out of 2. You will get 0. So all the options that you select under section A or section B questions, they have to be 100% correct. So yes, coming back, 15 questions, 2 marks each, total marks 30. This is marked by a computer. And what's the relevance of it? No human is going to sit and evaluate your paper. So whatever you type, it will be checked by a computer, and computer doesn't give you marks for, some error, some typing error that you have made or something like that. No, it will not entertain. You have to be absolutely correct. Now, one question which I keep getting is that, ma'am, when I do rounding off, I get a different answer. So what happens now? Normally, please follow this approach while we are studying also. Do not round off in the process. When you're solving questions, when you're solving a lot of practical questions, you might feel the need to round it off, but do not round it off in the process. Only in the last step, as per the question is telling you, round it off and put in the answer. So when you put in the answer like that, you will get marked correctly by the computer. If you write something off number, na, even though it's like a, $5 gap or a $10 gap, if it's not within the range, which the answers have been fed into the computer to be marked as correct, you will get 0. So you have to be very careful when you're dealing with OT questions. They are marked by a computer. So you have to be absolutely correct. So follow this approach. Do not round off at any stage. Just keep solving. And then when you get the final answer, put that in the answer box as per the requirement. So the question might ask you, the requirement might ask you, round it off to 2 decimal places or round it off to the nearest dollar, round it off to the nearest $1,000s. So that sort of a requirement may be there. So you have to follow that. Whatever the question is asking, you need to do that, but do not round out anywhere in between. Okay. So 15 questions, then they are there, then 2 marks each, and total marks is 30 marked by a computer. And as I told you, I'll show you also, that's why I made you open up the question paper. I'll show you the question paper, what type of questions come in the section A, B, C, all. So section B, again, this is also an objective test type. 3 questions. 3 questions. Each of these questions is gonna have 5 sub-questions. I hope you're understanding. Section B, I'm repeating myself. Section B, it will have 3 questions. In the way 3 different scenarios will be given. See, section A now, all the questions are individual. They're separate from each other. All the 15 questions, they're separate from each other. No interdependence. In section B, you are going to have 3 case studies. And each of these case study will have 5 sub-questions to it. And again, each of these 5 sub-questions will also be of 2 marks. Okay. So each one of these 3 questions will carry 10 marks. How 10 marks? 5 questions of 2 marks each. So 3 multiplied with 10. That is 30. Please let me know if you're with me so far. If you have any queries now, just let me know. And you can always message me, ma'am, please pause. I'm not able to follow. Okay, just let me know. So section A is done. 15 questions, 2 marks each, total 30. Section B is objective test. 3 questions, 10 marks each. Now, does that mean 1 question of 10 marks? No. 5 sub-questions of 2 marks each. And that total becomes 30. And then comes section C, which is a constructed response question. Okay. There will be 2 case studies. Section B and C, they both have case studies. This is all simple, small questions. Individually, you have to evaluate them, no interdependence. Whereas section B and C, they have case studies. So section C will have 2 case studies. Then what is constructed response? Proper descriptive answers. It's not like you have to write theory only. It could be a mix of like you are properly solving numerical questions also. So constructed responses, you have to construct the answer. So total 2 questions would be there, 2 case studies, and each case study would be carrying 20 marks. So 2 into 20 is 40. Okay, and this section is marked by a human. So yes, there is a scope of getting step marks over here. So if you're answering in, you'll be answering in layers, no? It's not like one big answer. You have to answer it in small, small parts. And the examiner is given a marking scheme, which also I will show you. The examiner is given a marking scheme that if you have covered this point in your answer, give him like, let's say out of 20, 2 marks, 3 marks. So that marking scheme is given to the examiner and you get those marks. All right. Ma'am, is there just one big question of 20 marks? Again, no. There will be sub-questions to it, but it is not defined. How many sub-questions, what will be the marks for each sub-question? It depends from exam to exam. Sometimes it could be like 1 question of 5 marks, then another one of 5 marks, then third one of 10 marks. That adds up to 20. So it can be of that approach, or it could be 7 marks, 8 marks, 5 marks, any combination could be there. But that's not defined by ACCA. But don't worry, it's not just one single question of 20 marks. There will be subparts to it of smaller marks. So you have to attempt them all. Okay. So section C, constructed response. What is constructed response? You have to write descriptive answers. There will be 2 case studies and each case study would carry 20 marks each. Okay. And the total becomes 40. Please tell me if you are with me so far. The total duration is of 3 hours and the total marks is 100. I'll take a small pause. Let me know. Go through it. Have a quick glance at it. This is what you need to remember. Let me know when you're done. Ananya got it. Okay, others also. Let me know if you have understood this table. Be clear, this is what your exam is going to look like. So make sure you are understanding the marking structure properly. Okay. Now, section C. So total now, total we are going to study 15 chapters. Okay, everyone, please listen to this carefully. We are going to follow BPP in our class. Everyone, be careful. We are going to follow BPP in our class. All right. And make sure you get yourself a copy of the book. And sincere request to you all, stick to one book only. I know it will, you'll initially when you have some time, you'll feel like, I should do BPP also, Kaplan also, this also, that private book also, everything you will feel like doing. But suggestion would be to avoid getting into that. Both BPP and Kaplan have been approved by ACCA. So you do not need to think that Kaplan will have something additional. Everything from the syllabus perspective will be covered in the class. Okay. And also, something which you can refer to is the study hub. I'll be showing you all of that, what is study hub, don't worry. So something, and that is again published by ACCA. That's why I'm recommending that you may look at it again. No compulsion. Even if you don't look at it, you will be able to solve everything. Because the syllabus will be completed in the class. You may look at ACCA Study Hub. In fact, I'll also take up some questions wherever the need arises. So ACCA Study Hub is something that you can refer to, but do not go for 2 books. Like I'll do BPP also, Kaplan also. You waste your time because the concepts are same. The questions would be similar. See, any n number of questions can be designed just by changing the numbers. You make 4, 5, 7, 8, anything. So just by changing the numbers, the questions can become endless. So you can keep solving those questions. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to spend time on practicing the questions. So you will have BPP workbook and BPP PR kit, practice and revision kit. So workbook entirely will be covered in the class. In fact, the slides which I will be sharing with you, it is made on the basis of workbook only. Wherever I feel that something needs to be added, I add it in the slide. So the entire workbook gets covered. And PR kit is something that you're going to cover on the basis of the homeworks when I give you. And wherever you get stuck in those homework questions, I will discuss those questions in the class. Okay. So make sure you get yourself a book of BPP, a workbook as well as PR kit. Sometimes you might be needing the workbook. So you can keep both recent and use the recent ones and keep it handy. And see, I can follow just one book in class. I could have followed Kaplan also because both the books are equally good. I'm not saying you do not do Kaplan because it is not good. I am asking you not to do Kaplan because it gets confusing for students. I don't want my students to get confused at any point. Be very clear. We'll follow BPP and we'll take up ACC Study Hub questions wherever the need arises. Okay. So that's the approach that you need to do. If you have already got yourself BPP kit, then well and good. And if not, then please connect with the admin team. You will connect with Sandeep. He will coordinate the books for you. Are we clear, everyone? So from the BPP kit now, total we have got 15 chapters. Okay. And section C questions. they mainly focus on chapter 3 to chapter 12. Okay. They, yes, please, Bhavika, tell me. This will be, sorry, 3 to 15, huh? Not 12. 3 to 15. Tell me what query you have. For FM, currently, we are going with BPP only. So don't worry. Just cross-check with them. I know what you're saying. For some subjects, we have introduced our own publication, but FM is not one of them. So FM, you're going to have to study from BPP only. FM is not published as of now by VGLD. So we're not referring to FM. VGLD publication. For this attempt, we're going ahead with the BPP. We are going ahead with the BPP publication. Okay. So Ananya, valid question. Uh, she's asking, what about the resolution of doubts that may arise after completion of the syllabus? I'm there to you. I'm there with you till the moment you are appearing for the exam, and even beyond that. So don't worry. So I'll tell you what. Last batch, what I did now. Once the syllabus was over, so I'll tell you that also. Like, what is the expected timeline for completion of the syllabus? So you're gonna have your exam. Let's come to Google and let me show you when your exam is. Some of you might already be knowing, some of you may not. So what you have to do, go to Google, type in ACCA timetable. Okay. Go to Google and type in ACCA timetable. Click on the first link which comes up. So you're going to appear the exam in September, right? So September, you will see the exam is on Friday. So this is the exam week. Every exam now for by ACC, it happens in the first week of the exam month. The exams, they happen in March, June, September, and December. So exams are always held in the first week of that month. So September September month's exam would be in the week of 2 to 6th September. Now, FM, normally also, if you see any other attempt, FM normally happens on a Friday. Okay, you will see this. FM, mostly it happens on a Friday. So same in September attempt also, you're going to have your exam on Friday, which is going to be 6th of September. All right. So your exam is on 6th of September. So basically, completely 3 months from now. All right. Now that doesn't mean that it allows you a lot of time to do time pass. Just be very careful. The syllabus is vast. You're gonna have to study a lot of topics. So since your exam is on 6th now, understand that your classes would be till 15th or 16th of August. Okay. So you are going to get full 15 to 20 days of self-study. Okay, I will complete the syllabus from my end by 14th to 15th of August. That's max to max. It may get completed earlier also. So it depends on the pace of the class. But we will take a benchmark that we have to wrap up the syllabus by 15th, 16th of, sorry, if I said March, it is 15th to 16th of August. Okay. So 15th to 16th August is the expected timeline by when we will complete our syllabus. It may stretch a day here and there. See, sometimes when I feel now that, see, it depends. As I said, it depends on the pace of the class. Some of the batches, they get a lot of doubts. So if anywhere I feel that, the batch is getting a little delayed or the pace of the class is not as per the expectations, the internal benchmarks I have, that I have to complete this much by this time. So I might ask you to have some extra classes on Saturday, Sunday, but that will be on a case-to-case basis if I feel there is a need. Otherwise, classes would be from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9:30, and the expected timeline for completion would be 15th to 16th of August. If I'm not able to take up classes during any day of the week, Then I also might ask you to do it on Saturday, Sunday, but I will discuss the time with you beforehand. So don't worry about that. So yeah, that is on the course completion timelines. 15 to 16. Now, ma'am, what happens after that? Will I be left on my own? No, you're not left on your own. What I'll do now, I'll set up doubt classes after that also. So for example, let's say, please keep your calendar open, huh? So you can open your calendar on August. So let's say the syllabus gets over by 15th or 16th. And then you are studying on your own. And then what I did this time also, I gave 1 week to the students. I did not keep any class. And during this week, they practiced as many questions they wanted. Then I kept 2, 3 days of doubt class. Again, I did not keep another weeks of classes. Then I again kept 2, 3 doubt classes. So it depends. So as you keep practicing and you keep getting the doubts, and since I keep tracking the group also, so if I understand that students are having a lot of doubts, I'll keep a doubt class. So you can join in the class, you can ask me your doubts, I will address it. So it's not like I'm there with you just for course completion. I'm there with you till the last time when you are appearing for the exam. So you will get my assistance. You can ask me your doubts. And everyone's request to you is avoid messaging on the personal window. It becomes very difficult to keep track of messages. You can always message in the group. I check the group messages. So you can message me your concerns in the WhatsApp group, which has been made for the particular subject. And I will respond either in the group. If the query is something which can be addressed on a message, I will address it there. And if not, I'm always there. I will, set up a class whenever needed. You all can join in, get your doubts addressed. Okay. And that's something that you can rest assured about. Okay. Yes, please tell me, Hardik, what is the doubt? In fact, for this last batch, I kept doubt sessions till the very last day also. Like, before the students went in for the exam, they had a lot of, whenever they solve so many questions, they're like, ma'am, why this, why that? So I help them out. So don't worry. You'll have my full support. Yes, Hardik, please tell me, what is your doubt? Uh, so Hardik has a doubt, like he's planning to give FR with FM exam, and he's asking whether it will be feasible. See, again, it depends from case to case basis. What are you doing currently? Are you just studying or are you working as well? Currently, what is your status? Like until September, are you going to be just studying, or is it going to be like you're working and then studying? Or college also, if any one of you attending college. Okay. So like you told me, so you're not currently working, you will be joining in November. So till September, your schedule is free. You're just studying, right? And studying for ACCA. Any college preparation that you're doing? Only ACCA. Perfect. Then it's absolutely okay to go for 2 exams. FR and FM you can do. They are manageable together. Be regular with your time devotion. That's, I'm giving both papers, so I need to be extra dedicated. So you can do it. In fact, like I also did. I gave first paper single, like AFM, then I gave 2 papers together, SBR and SBL, because then it gives you leverage of time. But then, yes, you have to be dedicated that I will devote this much time every day. I will study fully, dedicatedly, with a lot of devotion. So you can manage 2 subjects. Since you're just studying, then of course it leaves you with time to prepare for both. So FI and FM classes you have already started. If you're planning to take FR, you may take classes as per your convenience, whether you need classes or not. So you may go for FR classes also. Okay. But make sure you remain dedicated. That I will devote time, I will study. Okay, it is possible to do it. Have that confidence. Yes, it can be done. Other students also, if you are planning to give 2 papers, then also it is fine. Students do appear, but again, students have to be dedicated. That's on you. Okay. So Bhavika says, I am currently studying. I gave my FR exams. I'm planning to give either SBR or SBN. Please, can you guide me with which subjects to give along with FM? Okay. So Bhavika is planning to give one professional level exam along with FM. So if you have to give one, if you are having the similar setup like which Hardik was saying that you are just studying, then go with SBL along with FM. But make sure you are devoting enough time. See, it's a professional level exam. So the level of complication will definitely be more. Okay, so see, like if let's say you're taking up FM and AFM, for example. Of course, I can say that AFM is more complicated than FM. So make sure since you're appearing for strategy professional level exam, you are ready to accept that it's going to be a little complicated. So devoting time will be needed. So either you can just focus on FM, give it, done with it, and then you go for professional level exams from the next attempt. And if you feel that you want to give two papers, then you can go for FM with SPL. That would be a better combination. Okay. But again, it depends on your expertise also. If you have a good command on the financial reporting paper, see, since you have recently given FR, then again, if you have a good command over that paper, then you can go along with it in SBR also. That's fine. No hard and fast. Both the papers, they are of equal complication level. So you can go for FM and SBR considering you have given FR recently. But there are some, like I was showing you that slide now, that some cross references are drawn between SBL and FM also. So with that logic, you will get support in SBL basis your concepts of FM. Because a lot of calculations which you're going to learn in my classes, it will support you in your SBL preparation. But yes, since you have attempted FR recently, then SBR can also be taken up. Is it okay, Bhavika? So exercise a choice, what you should do now, you should take a look at the syllabus. You should take a look at the syllabus of both SBR and SBL. See, SBR, you will get an understanding because you have attempted FR. So you'll be able to understand what all the syllabus entails. And SBR will be mostly new only. The topics will be completely new. So you can take a look at the syllabus and whatever you find comfort with, you can choose either any combination, be it SBR plus FM or SBL plus FM. Both are fine. But make sure you're devoting the time. If you're just studying, then you get time because you now have 3 months. If you're starting today, then you have 3 months to prepare for the exam. All right. All right then. So I was talking about the class schedule. As I said, the classes would be there till 15th or 16th of August. Consider that as the benchmark. And then later on, as per the need basis, I will keep on scheduling down classes so that you are comfortable. Okay. Now, one very important thing, there is no need to take notes in my class. Whatever I write or anything which I'm doing in the class, I will share those files with you. I don't have to keep them with myself. It's for you only. So whatever files I'm going to use in the class, you're going to get that. Okay. No need to start taking notes when I'm talking. If you feel something, there's a point which I've not captured. Normally what I do, I capture everything in the slide or in the Excel, which I'm going to use. So I'll type in everything. If you feel that something which is very obvious, but you didn't know or you want to note down, then you may note down. But otherwise, there's no need. You will not feel the need to take notes. You will get everything. The Excel file, the PDF, PPT files, whichever I use in the class, you will get it. Okay. All right. Coming back. So like even the slide which I'm presenting to you, I'll share it with you. So I share it with the VGLD admin team. They upload it on a common drive. So you can download them from the common drive. Okay. So yeah, like I was telling you, this is going to be the exam structure. Section A and B, they're going to have objective test question. Section C is going to have constructed response question. Okay, total 3 marks, 3 hours of, and total marks is 100. What is the pass mark? For you, the pass mark is 70%. Keep that as the benchmark in your mind. Okay, don't even let 50% come in. I have to get 70 marks. That is the approach that you need to go ahead with. Section C questions will mainly focus on chapters 3 to 15. Okay, so total 15 chapters we're going to study. So chapter number 1 and 2, they are mostly from section A and B perspective. Rest of the chapters, they are focused. I mean, section C gets questions from there only. So, but a minority of the marks can be drawn from any other area of the syllabus. So, whenever you're preparing, make sure you're able to solve the complete question in entirety, so that, you know, if even if it comes in section C, you're able to solve it. Okay. All right. And then that's from the exam structure point of view. I will show you a few things. Are we clear so far? Anything that you want to ask relating to exam, your preparation strategy, class strategy, anything? We'll be solving a lot of questions. We will be solving a lot of questions in the class, theory as well as practical. And I will be giving you homework questions. So your practice part is sorted with me. Okay. Now coming to the next thing which I want to show you is the paper which I had opened. You also can come back to your practice platform. We were here on this page now. Section ABC. Now see, same thing which I told you. Section A, 15 objective test questions, each worth 2 marks, 30 marks in total. 3 objective test cases, each containing a scenario. I told you na, there's going to be a case study, each containing a scenario which relates to 5 objective test questions, each worth 2 marks, 30 marks in total. 2 constructed response questions, each containing a scenario which relates to 1 or more requirements. Each CR question is worth 20 marks in total, but it will have some sub-requirements. And total will be 40 marks. All questions are compulsory. So now we know that. Everyone, please pay attention here. I'm showing you a question paper so that you know what you're preparing for. This is section A. See, this type of a question. You will not know the concepts now, so I'm not reading the questions and solving, just showing you that in relation to this redeemable security paying a fixed rate of interest, which of the following is correct? They have given a statement 1, 2, 3. Now, if nothing is mentioned, they have not mentioned that you need to select 2 options, 3 options. What will you select? How many options will you select? If they have not told you select 2 or 3, assume that they're asking you to select just 1 option. So whatever it is, you just select it. I've not read it. I'm just marking it like that only. 3, I've marked, selected it. Then ignoring taxation and using capital asset pricing model, what is the risk adjusted cost of equity for the new project? Whatever the option is, you don't know the concepts right now, but just understand that again, they have not asked you to select multiple options. Whatever is the correct option, you select that and move on. Now see, this type of a question. Earlier, the questions were what? You have to select. Now calculate simply company's inventory holding period, trade receivable collection period, and trade payable payment period. All calculations should be to the nearest day. What does it mean? You will have to round off to the nearest day. Now, they have given you this type of a data. So you'll have to solve it. Ma'am, where will I solve it? So again, one more benefit of center-based exam. In center-based exam, you will get rough sheets. You will get rough sheets. You can do your calculations over there. Or what you can do is, and you're also allowed to carry a calculator. You can carry a simple mathematical calculator. Please avoid scientific calculators. You will not need them and the keys are so small. So I don't want you to be using scientific calculators. Use a normal commercial calculator, carry it. You will be allowed to do that. In remote-based exams also, you're allowed to keep a calculator on your table. So make sure you're carrying that. And you can do the basic calculations on a calculator. Or sometimes now, okay, I'll come to that later. So you can carry your calculator and you can do your calculations on a pen and on a paper on the basis of your calculator and put in your answer over there. And then you can select. So, see, this is drag 37, 63. I'm just selecting randomly right now. So whatever the numbers are, it's not like if 46 is mentioned here, so it belongs to point B only. I can put 46 in point C answer also. So this is the type of questions which can come. Now, all the three questions, they need to be answered correctly. All of them for you to get 2 marks. Make sure Whenever you're seeing subparts, you have to answer all of them correctly to get the full marks. Then if I click on next, again, simple type of a question, 2 and 3. Then again, since they're not asking you to select multiple options, you just have to select one. Now this, I was saying the one word answer. What is the equivalent annual cost of using the machine if it were brought and replaced every 4 years in perpetuity to the nearest dollar? What does it mean? Let me show you. I'll ask you something and then you explain you the concept. So it says to the nearest dollar. Okay. So let's say you are getting the answer as 432.11. Okay, this is the answer that you're getting while you're solving on the calculator. This is the answer that you have got. Now tell me when you are results and in the answer, what will you put? It is asking you to put to the nearest dollar. Tell me, how would you put it in the answer box? Absolutely right. You're going to put, no need to put the dollar sign. I'll tell you why, Saloni. Because dollar is something that they have already put over here. So please don't type in dollar again in the answer box. Okay. You just have to type in the value. Okay. So because dollar is already given over here. Now coming back. So if they're asking you to put to the nearest dollar, you're going to type in 432. Okay. Then let's say they're asking you up to 1 decimal place. The number is 432.45. What will you put? Carefully think and answer. Now I'll start getting different varieties of answer. They're asking you to put up to 1 decimal place. How many of you remember the rounding of rules from your class 4 and 5? It's asking you to round off up to 1 decimal place. What is the number after 1 decimal place? It is 5. Any number which is 5 and above. Okay. This number gets rounded up. Okay. So here you're going to do 432.5. See, it's very basic thing. Nothing to teach over here. But basic thing. Up to 1 decimal place, this is how you're going to round off. 432.5. So those of you who messaged 432.4, are you able to understand why I have rounded up? Because the number after this 4 is 5. Like, see, I'm using Excel also to show you. If I use the Excel function of round up to 1 decimal place, see what I'm getting. 432.5, which I'm teaching you also. And that's what computer also understands. So because understand that there is a computer in this, I mean, the way the softwares are working. This is how it is to be solved. Are you able to follow me? If you have to answer up to 1 decimal place, this is how you're supposed to round off. Okay. Then my next question to you. To the nearest $1,000. Okay, this is what they are asking you, and the number that you are getting is 56,742.86. This is the number that you have got. What will you put in the answer box? To the nearest thousands of dollars. Tell me, what will you put? Absolutely right. You're going to put 57,000. Okay. So, verifying it with you in Excel as well. 57,000. Okay. Round, comma, -3 because you're taking it backwards. So round -3. This is what you have to put in your answer script. Then, next question. Rounded up to 1 decimal place. Rounded up to 1 decimal place. The number that you are getting, or rounded up, simply rounded up to the nearest dollar. I'll first take up this. The value that you have got over here is 432. Again, same number only I'll take. 432.11. It's saying rounded up. It's saying rounded up. What will you do? Let's see what the Excel says. I'm asking you to round up. Okay. Comma 0. So those of you who said 433 are correct. It is asking you to round up. So you have to round upwards now. So 432 to the nearest dollar. How will you round it up? So it's a number between 432 and 433, and you have to round it upwards. So you are going to put in your answer box 433. Some very basic things, but very important from exam point of view to get those 2 marks. So you might solve everything correctly, but you did not round off correctly. You lose your marks because it's marked by a computer. Are we clear, everyone? Rounded up. This is how you have to solve. Then next question. Rounded down to the nearest dollar. Same question. Same question. Please tell me, what would you put in the answer box? Round it down to the nearest dollar. Let's see if you're correct. So yes, all of you are correct. 432 is the right answer. It's a number between 432 and 433 and you have to round it off. So where will you round it? To 432. Now please don't start saying 431. Understand where is the number lying. It is lying between 432 and 431. So you have rounded off to 430. Clear? Next. In a similar way, rounded up to 1 decimal place. Same question. How will you solve it? How will you solve it? Rounded up to 1 decimal place. Let's see. Let's find out. We have to round up to 1 decimal now. So yes, all of you are right. Now I'm sure you're getting a hang of what I'm trying to explain to you. So this is 432.5. That's how you're going to round up. Now let's do one more question. Round it down to 1 decimal, please. How would you do that? How would you do that? Please tell me. $432.45. Let's see how many of you are correct. So round down up to 1 decimal place. So yes, all of you are right. 432.4. See, before the exam now, I would suggest to have a look at this thing. Okay, and same, I can just, let's complete this table only. Round it up to the nearest dollar. And then round it down to the nearest $1,000. Okay, this is the number. Tell me. Round it up to the nearest $1,000. How would you answer? Absolutely right. So round up to 7,000. This is what you're going to put in your answer box. And if it is asking you to round down, what would you do? Tell me quickly. Now you all have understood. Round down, it is 56,000. This is what you have to do. Okay, very basic thing which I've just told you, but it can cost you your marks if you're not following it correctly. So make sure you practice it, have a look at it before exam. And any day you get confused now, ma'am, I'm not able to understand how it is to be rounded off. Take help of Excel. Use round options. To the nearest dollar, you need to put 0. If you want up to 1 decimal place, just put in 1. If you're trying to the nearest 10, then what will you do? -1. To the nearest 100, -2. So let me explain you for 100 also. Round it to the nearest $100. Okay, nearest $100. And you're getting a number like 4532.65. This is the number. So how will you round off? To the nearest. It's not saying up or down, normal rounding off. And you have to round off to the nearest $100. Nearest $100. What did you do when you had to do for 1,000? You made 56,740 to 57,000. Correct? So similarly, what did I do here? -3 now. When I have to do it up to hundreds, what will I do? -2. And that is 4,500. Okay. Now, similarly, if I had to round it up, what will I do? Round it up to the nearest $100. What will this be? Absolutely right. Round up $4,600. Now you have all become champs at it. Don't make mistakes going forward. Okay, now on this one. Next one is, let's say, round down to the nearest $100. What will you do? Simple now. 4,500. So whenever you get confused now, just have a look at how you can do it in Excel. You're going to get your answer. Okay. I've put a lot of combinations here for you. I think this should be enough. But if anything at all comes, now you will be able to answer it. You have understood the logic, right? So that's good. Okay. Now on that note, let's take a quick break. Refresh yourself. We'll catch up in some 10-12 minutes. And welcome back from the break. Let's continue our discussion. So we're discussing how to put our answers in the answer box. And now let's come back again to the paper that we were discussing over here. Okay, so what is the equivalent cost? Now it is asking you to put to the nearest dollar. If nothing is mentioned up and down, just round it off normally, okay? Then, next question. So similar type of questions, I'll get past it quickly. Now see, which two, even they are putting it in capital, which two of the following descriptions are not main macroeconomic policy objectives? You don't know about the concepts now, but just understand they're asking you to select two. And you have to select both of them correctly to get full marks. Okay? And if they're asking you to select two, then only select two. Otherwise, if the question is silent, you just have to select one. And simple here also they're asking about, they've not specified anything, just have to select one, then clicking on next, next. So to one decimal place. Now you know all of this. Okay, to one decimal place. To the nearest dollar. Normal answer selection. Normal answer selection. Again, normal answer selection. So that makes us get over with section A. Now let's come to section B question. How will it look like in exam? So what did I tell you? Each question or each case study will have 5 supporting questions. So the following scenario relates to question 16 to 20. That is 5 questions. So this is the scenario which they have given you. Okay, this type of a scenario is given. Okay, whatever necessary data is there, it is asked. Now, what is the equity value of using the average PE ratio to the nearest million? So as I told you, now you have understood millions is what? You need to consider up to 6 places. Now, millions, it is up to 6 places. So what is the equity value? You can find it out now. And you do not have to write anything. See, it says millions. So it is M is already given to you. So what will you write now? This is actually tricky. Let's come to this one. Round it to the nearest $1 million, and they are given you M written already. Okay. The value which you have got is 32. This is the value which you have got. Okay. You have to write your answer to the nearest million. How would you put it? And M they have already written. M denotes million. Okay. So what will you put in the answer box? Let's see. So I've got 2 answers. I will park this question. I'll come back to it. I've noted it in the answer box. I'll come back to it. So a lot of you have told 33.3. I'm parking this question. I'll show you how to verify this. Okay. All right. So let's just keeping this aside, let's discuss whatever question is. So you can see a scenario over here, and there will be dependent questions on it. So this is question number 16. You can always see the question number over here. Question number 16. This is the requirement. Okay. Then moving to the next one. So 33, 32, and 3. These are the 3 answers that I've got for you for that question. I'll park it for the timing and come back. Then what is the value using NRV? You have to select any one answer. Then clicking on next. Simple. One answer you have to select. This is also simple. If nothing is mentioned, you always have to select just one option. Okay. Bhavika has said 3. All right. Now, which 2? Now, this is next. The following scenario relates to question number 21 to 25. This is the next scenario. Okay. This is the different case study. You're gonna learn all of these concepts. Don't worry. So this is the next case study, and question number 21 to 25 are dependent on it. Okay, now they're asking you to select 2 options. So you can select 2 options. I'm sure now you have got a hang of what the paper looks like. So this is from question number 21 to 25. Okay, this is also a new type of a question. Select the correct combination for box 1 and 2 regarding the payouts related to the forward agreement if the interest rate on the loan is 6.5% when it is taken out. So you have to select like this. From the drop down, you will have to select. Okay. Then clicking on next. So that is still question number 25. So you will keep getting the scenario. The scenario remains unchanged. You don't have to read it again every time. Okay, just remember the scenario that which you are seeing on the left hand side now, it will remain the same for all this all the subparts of the question. This will change. Only this part will change. So no need to read the scenario again and again. Don't waste your time. Then this is the third scenario. Sorry, this is question number 25. You can see it over here. The next question, 26, you're going to see the third scenario. Karuba Company. Okay, Karuba Company. What is the cost of equity to one decimal place? The percentage is already written. So will you write percentage inside? No, you will not. Okay, you just have to write the number up to one decimal place. This is the third scenario. Just read it once. Don't keep reading it again and again. See, the same scenario you're going to see in question number 27 also. The same scenario. So the same thing will be given to you till question number 30. Similar type of questions. Now I'll just get past it quickly. Which two? Whenever you have to answer two, they'll give you. You have to select two. Okay, moving on. Now comes section C question. Okay. So now look at a few things. I have to tell you a few things. Now calculator they give you, but look at the type of calculator they have given you. Don't even think of using it in exam. You literally have to press this 8, 9, 4, 5, whatever you want to do. You have to press it. Then, it's most inconvenient calculator you can use and waste your time in exam. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Standard calculator also you can take this one. But it's super, super unuseful. Although it is given, but please carry your own calculators. Number one. Number two, the scratch pad is there. It's like a rough sheet. So in remote exam now, you'll not get rough sheets. You can just use the scratch pad. You can type in whatever you want to type. You can do your calculations on pen and paper and put your numbers over here before you put them in the answer box. If you have to do multiple layers of calculation, you can make use of the scratch pad. It does not get submitted to the examiner. It's like a rough sheet. Since in remote exam, you do not get to put rough sheet on your table, you can use the scratch pad. Clear everyone with me so far? Any doubts? Okay, so you can use the scratch pad in case of remote exam. And then these are all highlight buttons and all which you can use. Okay. Now the next thing. So this is scenario, first scenario or of question number 31 of section C. So see, have a look over here. For the proposed investment in the new stores, calculate the following. NPV of 5 marks, internal rate of return 2 marks, payback period 1 mark, return on capital employed 2 marks. I told you that there can be n number of combinations in which they can ask you section C requirements. So this is one of them. Okay, scenario is given over here. So total how many marks gone? 5 plus 2, 7, 8, 10 marks gone. Remaining marks, let's see. Let's click on next. See, same scenario over here, Nanda stores. And the balance 10 marks is over here. Discuss the suitability of the techniques used in A for determining whether to undertake an investment. Now, have a look at how smart ACCA is. See, previous question, it required you to make calculations. The previous question required you to make calculations. So they gave you Excel over here. But next question is a descriptive question. So they have given you word over here. Okay. Now, few things from the Excel and Word, which I want to share with you is, see, you have to type in, do your calculations, 5, 6. If you have to plus them, you can use this. Or you can also use the sum function. The basic Excel functions, now they work. So this is then your NPV functions. You're going to learn all of that. Whatever I teach you in the class now, that will work. It's all tried and tested. It will work in exam. Then a few things which you need to know is you cannot add or delete rows. Okay. Yes. it will be allowed. I'll teach you all of that. And whatever I teach you, that this particular formula you have to use, you will be able to use it in exam. Okay. I'll just tell you whatever is acceptable. So this, like I was showing you NPVs. Now let me just show you one quick use of NPV function also. Like since you asked 20, 30, 40, 50, and let's say you have to discount at a cost of capital of 10%. You have to use NPV function, see it will work. NPV, what do? You select the rate. You can link also. See how I am linking. I'm not typing in 10%. I'm linking it to the cell where I have noted 10%, comma, and then select all the cash flows. See, it gave me the present value. So this formula works. Again, whatever I will want to teach you, it will work. NPV, IRR, different functions I'm going to teach you during our classes. So all of that will work. So this is done. Now, how you should do it, just when you're solving NPV, copy this. It allows you to copy, okay? Copy this, Control C, click on a cell, Control V, and you can change the length. See, you cannot add or delete rows, but at least you can change the width. So NPV calculation, if you're doing over here, then you can do the calculation. But if you cannot delete this. So what you'll have to do, if you have to move the data, Control X, Control Y, that will work. Okay, very basic things I'm telling you. Make sure you know about this. Then next, IRR and all you will calculate. So you can again copy this, Control C. And when you're starting the calculation for IRR, you can Control V it. Okay. And then make it bold. Bold function, you can do Control V. See, these all functions are available, but the keyboard shortcuts works. I just did what? I pressed Control Z, it vanished. I press Control Y, it comes back once more, it gets bold. So the keyboard shortcuts, the basic ones, they will work. Control B, Control I, Control I for italics, this one. Control U for underlining. So if I just press Control U on my laptop right now, you all also can try it if you have it open. If I press Control U, see, it underlines. You can do it using this function also over here. If I press here, see again, it underlines. If you want to undo, redo it, all these buttons are available over here. But it is better to use Excel shortcuts, the keyboard shortcuts, I mean to say. That will help you to save time. So copy, cut, paste, all of these functions are available. Then if you want to color a particular font, don't spend a lot of time on formatting in exam. If you really want to do it, if something is like it's needed to be done, then you do it. But you have all of these options. That's what I want to show you over here. You have left alignment, middle alignment, right alignment. All of these things are there. Then you can convert up to n number of decimal places. So if you want to put it up to 2 decimal places, you can select this. Okay. One thing which you should know is that when you're linking in Excel now, let's say when I'm linking and solving over here, it selects the entire content of the cell. So even if let's say this is 20.5786, whatever big number I've written over here. What I can see is 20.57. But what Excel would be doing now, it will be taking the whole number anyways, the full number. So don't worry what is coming, only that will get considered in the formula. See, I'm telling you very basic things about Excel. So what it does now, it will take up the whole value which is there inside the cell when you are when you're solving a question. Okay. So this is there. Always link and solve wherever possible when you're solving it in Excel. Always link and solve. Then you have the percentage sign. So let's say if I want to convert this, okay, again, regarding percentage now, if I write 4%, so percentage key is there on my keyboard also. If I press Shift and 5, it makes it percentage. So it gets stored as a percentage. I do not need to use the percentage symbol per se from here. You can use the keyboard value. Okay. Then percentage, then this, or this you're not going to use much. You can ignore that. Different currency symbols are available. So if I want to write it in a particular currency, let's say this is in dollars. So, and I want to insert, let's say I want to show that these are cash flow in dollars. So what do? One thing is I press Shift and 4 on my keyboard. But what if I want to put pounds? So what I'll do, simple, I'll press pound over here, insert. 1 second. So insert, I'll just press it again. Insert this. It's not allowing. There is one more way to do it. You can do it from here also. You go and click on custom currency and you can just select from here. Pound. Okay. So, one second. Yeah. General, sorry, custom currency, pound. Okay. 345. See, it gets saved as 345 pound. If I want to, convert it into pounds, I can do it like this also. So you'll have all of these options in your, and also what you can do is Control C from here. So different tactics you're going to learn only with practice. You can do Control V. So you have to be smart. It's not like if not able to do it from here, you'll have multiple ways to do it. You can do it from here also, currency option which you're seeing. Okay. So don't get disheartened that, and then have a frenzy in exam. At least actually you should do all of these things before exam. While you are studying now, as I told you, practice all of this in Excel. You can also open the ACCA practice platform and practice on the platform itself. What works, what doesn't work. Any day you can open it and have a look. Okay. So this is one thing. Now moving on. So I've explained you all the functionalities over here. Moving next. Here are similar functionalities: cut, copy, paste, undo, redo, find button, bold button, italics, underline, strike through, not much needed. So subscript, superscript. So what is subscript, superscript? Superscript, let's say I want to write d to the power of 2. If I just select 2 and click on this, it goes to the superscript. Okay. This is not needed. It is for removing formatting. Now, if I want to insert a table, I can insert a table like this. Okay. Then left alignment, right alignment. Let me show you. So this is like, by default, it will be left. If I want to do center alignment, it will do center. Right alignment, justified alignment. I want to make it like a bulleted list. I can do that. I want to make it a numbered list. I can do that. I can change the indenting of it. So indenting, you can change using tab button also. Like I pressed enter, 2 came up. I want to shift it a little towards the right. I can press this. I want to press it further, take it further, whatever I want to do. And I want to take it back. All of these functions are available on your screen. Okay. So this is Nanda Store's continuation. This is a descriptive answer. Use this type of tables only for, putting in data in tabular format. Don't start doing calculations in this type of a table. Calculations now for normally for wherever you'll be needing to do calculations, you will be given a separate Excel sheet. See, I'm telling you all this because students ask me last day before the exam and they're, in a frenzy state already, ma'am, will I get different answer scripts for question like, for practical or theory? So I don't want all of you to have that. Start from day one itself. You can always access your practice platform and see what all things will be available to you. Now clicking on next, this is the next scenario. L company. Okay. So L company, this scenario is given to you. A lot of data is there. Now this table, Control C, Control V. Magic. It saves your time. No magic. I came to any cell where I wanted to paste it. I press Control V. Sorry. So Control C, Control V. Start selected from the bottom. Okay. These are all small tricks. Start select from the bottom. Select this and go up. Control C, because you're going to need all of these data while you're solving the questions. So rather than, typing sales, labor, fixed cost, depreciation, and then copying carefully the numbers, what you can do is go to any cell, Control V, it pastes your data. And the trick is just to copy from here. Save your time in exam. Anyways, since there will be a lot of things now, you might face time crunch. Know these tricks so that you can save your time. Okay. I hope everyone is able to follow me. If anything you don't understand now, you were not able to see it, let me know. I'll repeat it. Okay. Now coming back, where was I? Yeah, so this is the next scenario. And here we have, let's say 10 marks, 7 marks plus 3 marks. I told you there is no blueprint as to how many questions would be there in section C or what would be the marks for each one of them. It can be anything. So this is how they have. put it. Okay. Next, I will click over here. The 10 marks gone over there. Then here, 4 marks gone. Then see remaining 6 marks. Explain the motives for holding cash. So you'll type in your answer over here, whatever you want to type. Always give good headings. So let's say what I would do in this type of a question. It is asking me to explain the motives for holding cash now. What I would do, copy this part. Control C, Control V. I'll make it like a heading. Control B and press Control U. The motives for holding cash. And now I start drafting my answer. Remove Control B, Control U. Type in my answer, whatever I want to type in. Follow these tricks to get the marks. Everyone with me so far? Any doubt? Anything you want to ask? This is how you can save time. You can write good quality answers. Right? And then after this, everyone please respond now. After this, you click on next. It will take you to a review screen where you can see all the questions. Question number 1, whether you have done it, not done it. And whichever questions you have not done, you can just directly click from here and land on that particular question. So let's say I'm here, question number 16. So I can land over here directly. This we have to discuss also, question number 16 now. That what will I put in the cell? So I'll come back to it. Now, navigator, like to go to the last question. And I click next. And then again, it will show me that review screen. I'll click on end exam. It will ask me, are you sure? I'll say yes. Again, it will ask me, are you sure? I'll say yes. So the exam is over. Ma'am, where do I see the answers, but whether I've done what I've done is right or wrong? What you need to do. Is this part clear, everyone? Did you understand? Did you get a flow of how the exam is going to look like? Please tell me. Yes? All right. Now, what I'm going to do is click on exit. So this exam answer, question solving part, we are done. How do I know whether what I've done is right or wrong? So I go to the mark section. This is very important, will be helpful for you later on also. You can, practically everything which is coming over here now, you can attempt the paper once you are done. Okay, once you are done, come on the mark section over here. Okay, I've opened a lot of tabs. I've worked on a lot of question papers. Now, whichever one you have taken up now, there will be headings with that. So pre-June 2024 mock exam. So for you, this FM1 will open up. So if I've attempted FM twice, it will show me 2 copies of it. So this is June 10, today's version. And now 3:33 a.m. is from the London timing. Okay. So FM pre-June 2024 mock exam. Now I want to see whether what I've done is right or wrong. So click on self-mark. See, you can see the answers of all the questions over here. I randomly selected this. See, but it is correct. So it's showing me it is right. And now it is telling me that this is your answer. The explanation why this is the answer. So it's a very good resource that you should use. So you can see that the answer is over here. Then next. So all the questions, see. Somehow my random selections have turned out to be right. I don't know why. So 8.9%. Now the steps for calculating this 8.9%, that is also given over here. You'll be learning all of these things. Don't worry. What is this beta and all? Don't worry about that. Then moving on. Next. This is wrong. These all 3 are wrong. I would have wanted to show you that even if I select 2 correctly now, I still would have got 0. Here also I've got 0. In the previous 2 questions, I got 2 marks each. See, 2 marks. Question number 1, I got 2 marks. Question number 3, I did not get any mark because it was incorrect. The calculation, how it is to be done, you can see it over here. Okay. So similarly, you can see for all. I'll now show you for question number 16, which I was referring to. See, what is the answer? 192. You do not need to write million. That is 6 zeros you will not need to write. So a lot of you got it right only. I'll come back to the Excel where I was. Now here, since million is mentioned, you have to first do what? Click or do normal rounding off. Millions is how, now understand this, the way my answer is coming, it is in crores. It's the Indian way of presenting numbers. Millions, 6 zeros are there, right? So till here, this is 32 million. Please look at how we read the numbers in the other than Indian methodology. It is 32,765,483. Okay. Now, if I have to round it off to the nearest $1,000,000, so what will it be? It will be $32.7 million. And I have to round it off. So what will I write? I will write 33. Okay. And now if I have to verify it with Excel, what will I do? Round off normally this, comma 0. And now I have to present it in millions. Now, what will I do? Divide by 10 to the power. How do I write power in Excel? It is shift 6. This upward arrows now, it means to the power of 10 to the power of 6. Why? Because 6 zeros are there in millions. So round it first, round it off, and then divide it with 6 zeros. Or you can say 1 million. So what do I get? See, 33. I hope all of you are understanding now. Since I have to write in full $1,000,000, this is how I'll have to write. Clear? So if a question comes, now you all are prepared of different versions. See, now, once you've understood the logic, now you'll be able to solve any type of questions. A lot of you said 33 only. All of you were correct. So to the nearest $1,000,000, this is what you'll have to write. And see, that is how they also gave the answer. 192 million. Now, if I have to see its answer, now what will I have to do? This is section B question, right? Section A questions, you were able to see it over here only. But ma'am, here the question is showing where is the answer explanation of this 192. So for that, now you have to click here. Click here to see the sample answer. Look. So you can see the sample answer over here, the calculation. So they were also getting 192.1 million, but they had to put to the nearest number, to the nearest $1,000,000. So they have put 192 in the answer script. Sure, Bhumika, have a look here. So what I've done, please look at this, everyone. Something new that you might be learning for the first time. So normal, this part is clear. Round off, okay? But I have to present it in millions of dollars. So what I've done is divided by 1 million. Now, one way to write million is, I could have done, okay, I would have done this. Okay, Bhavika? But I'm trying to show you the smart tricks. So what you can do is 1 million. Okay, let me first show you over here. This is 1 million, right? This is 1 million. It has got 6 zeros. Correct? Now, if I have to write it in a smart way, what I'll do now, I'll press 10 to the power of 6. Okay, I type that. See, I'm getting the same number. So 10, this function now, you can click Shift and 6 on your laptop. Learn these new things. It will help you. So you can click 10 raised to the power of 6 because I want 6 zeros and I get this. Now, if I have to write crore also similarly, I can write this way. This is 1 crore. Or how many zeros are there in crore? 7. So what will I write? Everyone, please tell me what will I write if I have to write using to the power function? Tell me in the chat box, what will you type in the cell? Absolutely right. Why round 0? Round 0 because ultimately, okay, I'll come back to that question. First, let me complete this. Equals to what I write? Equals to 10 to the power of 7. And I'll get the same number. Okay. So this is done. 1 crore, 1 crore. I can get it in two different forms. So either I can write 0,000 n number of times, or I can simply be smart. I'll write 10 to the power of 7. So that's what I've done over here. Divided by 10 to the power of 6. Now, I may not have rounded it off also. Bhavika, you are right. What I could have done is simply, I could have done this divided by 10 to the power of 6. I'm going to still get the same answer. So it's okay, even if you don't want to round off. The rounding off did not have any effect. Still, I'll get the same number only. 32.8 earlier also I was getting. Same I'm getting now also. Even if I round off or if I don't round off, because ultimately it is getting up to the 10 to the power of 6 in millions of dollars. So the effect of all of that goes away. Since it's said no, rounded to the nearest $1 million, I rounded off. Otherwise, I would have, just written in the nearest $1 million. That is what the question over here was. I'll just show you. Have a look. It did not say to round off. It just said to the nearest $1 million, you have to write it. I wrote it. Okay. I hope it is clear, everyone. So simple things, but very, very important from exam point of view. So I'm deleting this. So 10 to the power 6, that's what you're gonna write. Okay. All right. Now coming back to the question, I was showing you where you can see the answers. So you can see the question also here. You can see the answer. Okay. Scenario anyway is over here. If you want to see, click here to see the sample answer. It will come over here. If you want to close it, you can close it. You'll again see the scenario. Okay. Now in the same way, you will be able to see the answer to all the questions. Okay. Now let me show you one answer for section C question. Question number 31 was section C, no? So this was your question that you have to calculate all of these things. I know. Now, if I want to see the answer, see one thing which I told you, that in section C, you get step marking. Right? So how do I know? How do I get the step marks? Click on this. See, whatever I type now, it is showing over here. Whatever I type. Now coming back, so I was showing you how do you know whether you'll get step marking? Click on this. Click here to see the guideline. This is what the examiner will get. See, it shows that if you have calculated contribution correctly, you're going to get 1 mark. You have calculated fixed cost correctly, you're going to get 0.5 marks. Tax calculation, you're going to get 0.5 marks. Are you able to understand how you get marks in section C? You get it for all of these. IRR set, you'll get 1. Calculation, you're going to get 1. So this is what section C allows you. It allows you to get step marking, and you can see the step marking over here. But again, you'll not get to see it in exam. It's just from a concept perspective. I want to tell you that you're going to get step marks in exam. Now that was the marking guideline. Ma'am, I want to see the answer. So you can click on over here. Click here to see the sample answer. See, presentation mode. And you can see the entire calculation, whatever they have done. You'll be doing it along with me, don't worry. You'll be able to see all of these answers. Okay, whatever you want to do, cash flow, discounting factor, present value, NPV, IRR, you will get all of this. It's there on the platform only. So whatever questions you have solved, let's now come to question number 32. And if I want to see the answer over here, see whatever I've typed now, it is showing. Remember, I was showing you all this D square and all. So again, I can see the marking guideline. See, you will get this marking scheme for question number 32. I'll just put it on presentation mode. The marking scheme of question number 32, this is what it is. Comment on NPV, comment on IRR, payback, ROC, advice. So you'll get marks for all this. And what is the answer? Click here to see the sample answer. You can see the sample answer over here. So if you want to look at answers, you can of course open this and read from here. Everyone with me so far? Anywhere you're feeling lost out? Ma'am, I didn't understand from where all of that came. Anything at all? Take a look and confirm if it is fine. All good, everyone? Why is there so much silence? All right. Okay. So you can see the answer. You can see the marking guideline for any question, whichever you want. I've shown you how to do that. Okay. So that is the practice platform for you. You will get a lot of questions. You get a lot of questions on the practice platform. Okay, I've just solved one of the questions with you, one of the papers with you. See what I copied pasted. This is how the things will look to the examiner who will be checking your answers. This is how he will see it. That whatever you have put, it will show to him like this. The scratch pad and all doesn't get submitted. Only the Excel and the doc file or the Word file that gets submitted. Okay. Now, on that note, we are done with the practice platform. I want to show you a few other things as well. Let me. So, this first practice platform, you can see the question, you can see the answer, right? Now, next thing which I want to show you. Is the ACCA global.com. Okay. So this is your the website, I would say. Okay, the website for ACCA. Now you can click on students, just over students. Everyone, you can also do it, accaglobal.com. Just open it. Okay. And then you hover over students. And then you come on this part, study support resources. So ACCA provides you with a lot of resources. See, the objective of my orientation session, it is to make you accustomed with what all things you have at your disposal. So today you have learned about the practice platform. Okay. One more thing which I want to add about practice platform is that, like we were seeing now, pre-June 2024 mock exam, before every attempt, like for your case, before the September 2024 attempt now, ACCA will publish its pre-September 24 mock exam. A week or 10 days before the exam, you're going to see it. Okay. The paper will get loaded. And the same way, then I'll be asking you. I'll come back to it later towards the completion of the syllabus. I'll ask you to attempt that paper. So like I asked my previous batch students to attempt this June paper. So in the same way, September 24 mock will also come up. And then you will have to practice it. So make sure you have bookmarked that. Or of course, you can Google it using ACCA practice platform. You will get it. All right. Now, next thing which I want to show you is a few resources which will be available to you. So go on students, click on study support resources. Okay. Click on study support resources and then you click on ACCA qualification and then you click on your paper, whichever you want to select. So in our case, it is FM. We click on FM. Okay. And then you will see a lot of resources being available over here. What I want you to see is a few things. First of all, have a look at this. Technical articles. It will change when I click on it. So technical articles and topic explainers. See, we will be covering the entire syllabus in class. Nothing to worry. But see, sometimes you might be traveling. Let's say you're traveling on a metro. You're having some free time. You're having your food and you want to just spend some time reading stuff. Then this is the best place to be. So if you click on technical articles now, so everything that we're going to cover in class, whichever are, those few topics which are super important, what ACCA does, it makes detailed articles on it. Whatever is there in the article, you will already know it from the class. But when you study it, you'll understand a lot of, it's in a lot of detail, a lot of length. So you can, it's again recommendatory, no compulsion. It's not like your exam results will get affected if you don't do it. But these all are things which you can use to answer your knowledge. So if you just open any one of them, okay. So like I've opened working capital management. So you will see detailed discussion on the topic. What is working capital? what does working capital management mean? Okay, what are the objectives, liquidity, profitability? You're gonna learn all of this in the class. And when you're having some free time, you're gonna learn all of this. Current ratio is current asset to current liabilities in the class. What is over trading? What is over capitalization? You're gonna learn this. But just to enhance your knowledge, if you want to read, see something new, like even the smallest bit of thing, if it comes newly to you, it's good now. So you can spend time on these types of technical articles. So if they're at a lot of in a good length, go through it when you get time. Clear? So you'll see they have given some examples also, right? Required, and then they've given you the solution. You can practice these questions also. Again, recommendatory, not mandatory, just to let you know that these all things are available. This is about the technical articles. There will be multiple technical articles, different, on different topics. A long list is there. Again, you may read it if you have, or like let's say you studied a particular topic in class. Okay, somehow, but you're not very you want to learn more about it. You're not satisfied with just what we have learned. If you want to read more about it, you can of course open the technical article associated with it and read through it. That is the technical article. And then next thing which you should know or you should read is the examiner's report over here. So if I click on examiner's report, like I was showing you, I was on the practice platform, I showed you practice exams. One of the other section was past exams. Okay. So if you go to past exams now, you will be able to see previous papers also. Like you will be able to see the papers for December 23. December 23 exam, then March 2, it may or may not be there, I'll have to check. But the past papers, they come up over there. They have a good collection of past papers. So what you can do is you can solve any of the past papers and then you can come over here. Let's say you come to examiner's reports. You know what this is? This is the examiner's feedback. Like I was telling you, December 23 paper would be there. So this is the examiner's feedback on the students. So if you read it, let's say I open this one. See, section A, B, C wise, whichever were the common mistake questions now of the students that they cover. Section C they cover fully, but from section A and B, only the common mistake questions they will cover. So this is about the general comments. What is the examiner's feedback? So they will look at 4 questions from section A, which proved to be particularly difficult for candidates. So it's like the examiner telling you where that particular attempt student, they struggled. So it's always good to learn from other people's mistakes. So what you should do is, open this technical article, examiner's report. You can read through it. So they've given you what question was there. Example 1, this was the question. See, similar to what we were solving also, no? Calculate the company's holding period, receivable collection. So you have to drag and solve this, like I was showing you. So they asked, what did it test? What is the correct answer? Okay. And then what are the common errors? So you learn what the common errors of those students. So you can avoid those types of errors if a similar form of a question comes. Okay. So example 2, okay, they'll tell you what is the common mistake questions, why something is right. So you can refer to all of this. Okay, like now section B question. This was the scenario and this was the question. Okay. What is the answer? What did the number of candidates incorrectly apply the PE ratio? So this is where you can spend your time on in the early few days. So when you read this type of articles now, you will understand where the students are going wrong in the past. And then you can avoid those mistakes in the future, correct? So adopt this. Okay, long article is there. Read through it. Just like a casual reading. There's nothing to memorize over here. Just a casual reading. You can highlight something or you can note somewhere that, I will have to avoid this going forward. Not today. Don't start reading it today. You'll not understand anything because you don't know the topics. Few class after somewhat like 4-5 chapters are done, we'll start understanding what the syllabus has. So once you have that little bit of knowledge, you can start reading these articles. You will understand a lot of things. Clear? this is something which is available to you. So what I've shown you the practice platform. I have shown you the past exam papers, examiners report. And what did I show you? I showed you the technical articles. And the fourth thing which you should know, very, very important, is the ACCA study hub. Okay. I'll not be able to complete it in today's class, but I'll just show you a glimpse of it and we'll continue it in tomorrow's class. So ACCA study hub, if you take a look at it now, you just click on that and you have to click on login direct. Okay, you click on login direct. Moving a little slow. Or anyways, also what you can do now, you can go to Google and type in ACCA study hub. ACCA study hub, if you go, if you type in, you will land on the same page. So you did not follow the long route of going to ACCA Global, then student section, support resources. Rather than that, you can just directly type in. Like I showed you for ACCA practice platform. Similarly, you can just type in ACCA study hub and you will get it. Okay. So we're going to do some questions from here also in the class. So let's log in, same ID password which you would already be having. You can log in using that and so I've started a lot of papers over here, so they are coming. For you, it might be showing over here, not yet started. Take a look. Take a look, maybe it is there. Or for me, let's say I want to open up the FM paper. So it is over here. Okay, you'll see a tab called FM, Financial Management. And then you click on Study. Okay. So these all, they have a different numbering of chapters. So all of their chapters are available. Then questions are over here. So questions of different chapters. Chapter wise, they are clubbed 17 questions from chapter 1, 21 from here. So a lot of questions have been clubbed over here. So you can see all the questions chapter wise they are given. So this chapters now, which you are seeing, there is proper content within each one of them. So if I let's say click on this, you can open this and then you can study from here, but not needed for you. Everything will be covered for you in the class itself. So you don't need to open it and study from here. But questions we can definitely practice. Okay, we'll do some of them from here. And then they have small quizzes also, like simple 5 questions of each topic that can be done. Okay. And these are the 3 key important things which we can use from the study hub. There are flashcards also. Important terms, definitions are over here. So you can click on it and you will be able to see the definition. If you want to see it as a list, you can click on view list. And every terminology that you can see, supply side policies, exchange rate policy, key important terms are over here. So what you can do is you can take a printout of this, click on print. Okay. If you take a printout of this, you can, hang it on your study table. Okay. So it will allow you to print the document. You can hang it on your study table. A quick glance at any one definition will not harm you. You can just keep reading these definitions whenever you want. Okay. So a document PDF file will open, which you can take a printout of. So these are the few things. Study Hub also, like I've covered only. So Study Hub has this type of a document will come and you can print this. So all the 70 definitions which were there, they are here, you can print it. All right. And what do you have over there? You have the practice section, you have the chapters, you have the quizzes. Don't worry about the chapters part, at least you don't need to do it. Everything will be done. Practice we may do as per needs and convenience. Okay, everyone with me so far? So we have learned about the different resources which we have. And that was more about the orientation session. If there is anything, I'll cover tomorrow also. And then we'll start off proper chapter discussion. That would be chapter number 1 from the BPP kit. We'll be using our own slides. I've made slides, so we'll refer to that. Okay. Thank you so much for joining in today. Bye-bye. And please take care of yourselves. Eat healthy, stay healthy, and stay motivated for studying. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye and take care. It's all right. You learn a lot. You will learn a lot. Happy to hear that. Bye-bye.